welcome to Cultivating Inner Beauty, where we're all about loving our healthy selves from hair, skin, and nutrition, and that, my friend, starts from within. So let's get into how sleep can impact our hair health. Now, when it comes to sleep, we know how important it is. We know if we don't get enough of it, then the next day we're not going to be feeling like the best version of ourselves because our sleep has thrown us all the way off. It doesn't matter what we eat or what we drink during the day to try to keep us up. We're still going to be thrown off because sleep is so important. And it's not only limited to how much energy we have for the following day, but it also impacts our overall health. When you think of your brain, it helps to maintain the brain pathway for learning and for memory. If your sleeping is thrown off, then it can affect how you retain information for the following day. And it also plays a big part in our skin health. But today I'm going to be sharing with you how it can impact your hair health. So as you're resting, your body is actually up working while you're sleeping. And what it's doing, it's repairing itself. It's repairing any damages that happen throughout the day. Like say you're working out and you're building muscle, you're lifting weights and everything. Well, you did create some damage to your cells. And so as you're resting, it's building itself up, and that's how you get more muscle. It's also regenerating. So it's doing like a turnover of new cells for the next day. And all of this is very important. That's why you may have heard how it's important to have children on a regular schedule, including their sleep schedule, because as they rest, it actually increases their growth hormone, and this is how they can develop into their different growth phases. Our bodies actually responds very well when it comes to time. And actually we have a hormone called melatonin, which helps to regulate our sleep and our wake cycles. But when this is activated, this is what helps to know when the repairing should start and when it should end as well. So melatonin, it controls a lot of different areas within our bodies, but that's why it's so important that we be in tune with our bodies. But anywho, I'm getting off track. Let's get back to the focus of our hair growth. So let's say you eat pretty healthy, you take all your vitamins and supplements, you do all the things correct, but when it comes to late at night when you're supposed to be resting, you're up creating content or just staying up work late, and it's unfortunately throwing off your sleeping pattern. Now, because I said in the beginning that sleeping role is to repair and to regenerate the body, if your sleeping schedule or your sleeping cycle is thrown off, then it could throw off the repairing time and the regenerating time for your cells, and that's including your hair cells. And so all the nutrients that you had throughout the day, based on the time of day that you had it, whatever you took throughout your day, it has different absorption rates. Some of the vitamins and foods that you take may absorb quicker than others, and it needs more time to go to those specific areas in your body. And so that's why sleeping plays a huge part in that. It helps to transport those supplements to those specific areas. However, if you don't rest enough, then it doesn't have enough time to do that. And so a lack of sleep, unfortunately, can cause hair loss. This also can impact your hair appearance and the strength of your hair. A lack of sleep can weaken your hair follicles. Another thing to make a note of is that a lack of sleep can actually cause an imbalance in your body. And when there's an imbalance, basically everything in your body is disrupted or is acting crazy and out of order. So when there's a lack of sleep, then your stress hormones are increased and cortisol is produced more. And when cortisol is produced more, it can also interrupt our hair cycle. And so, as you may know, our hair goes through different phases. It has its resting phase, it has its shedding, and its growth phase. And so the cortisol that's produced, it can disrupt the growth phase. And so right after we go through our shedding phase, it can actually seem like it's longer that we're having our hair shedded because the cortisol has interrupted that growth cycle from happening. So in order to have a balance of all of that, you want to be sure that you're staying on schedule when it comes to your sleep and getting the rest that you need. Cortisol can also cause your body to produce more sebaceous oil in your scalp. So for some of you, like when you have too much grease or oil in your scalp, then that's actually what causes your pores to be clogged, and this can also prevent hair growth from happening. So now you may be asking, well, how can I fix this? Well, the first thing to note is If you have insomnia or some kind of sleeping condition, then you want to be sure to go to a professional doctor and let them help to address your issue. But if not, then I'm going to go ahead and share these 3 tips with you that can help get you started with sleeping more regularly. The first thing is to create a sleeping environment. So I used to work 3rd shift. I didn't last long. But during that time, I didn't have any blinds or curtains, and when I would get off from work, I would just go to sleep for a few minutes and then I'm up with the sun. So I wasn't getting any sleep. But I also learned how important having blinds and curtains are very important, specifically dark ones. So the dark curtains or the dark blinds is going to help you with setting the mood for your sleep. It really makes a big difference in getting your mind into that resting phase and helping you to calm down and slowly start to unwind. Also, you want to start taking a break from your electronics, like at least 2 to 3 hours early. 3 hours may be too much, so I'll say 1 to 2 hours if you can before you go to sleep. And this is what's also going to help you to get into the mindset of relaxing more before you go to sleep. The second thing is to switch to satin pillowcases. Now, before I was learning all these natural things, I was sleeping on cotton pillowcases, and I was wrapping my hair, but I wasn't really using a bonnet like that. So I would use like the little, I forgot what's that called. So I was doing that for the longest when I had a relaxer, but when I became a natural, that's when I was up on game with the satin pillowcases and satin bonnets. Now, both of those things, it helped a lot with retaining the length of my hair, because when you're sleeping on cotton pillowcases, that's what's going to snag your hair. And you don't want that, especially when you're getting a good night's sleep and then you wake up and you have some hair on your pillow. So switch to satin, ladies. You'll love it. And the last thing is to switch your pillowcases frequently. You want to keep them washed, especially like if you have oil and whatever else on your hair. It's not good, not only for your hair, but also for your skin, because getting that rubbed all on your skin, you wake up with these random bumps on your face, and it's because of the pillowcases not being changed frequently and being washed. So keep doing that and stay consistent, and you'll be able to retain your hair. So I know I said 3 tips, but I'm actually going to share like 1 more, and that is to change your sleeping position ever so often. So a lot of times you may get used to sleeping on your right side or your left side, and then you eventually see that you have some thinning in those areas. Well, that could be because of the blood circulation is being kind of limited in those areas because you're laying on that side. So try to, if you can, switch your sleeping positions. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to work one-on-one with me in regards to your hair, skin, and nutrition goals, then be sure to click the link down below and let's flourish together. Have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, beautiful.